I'm not going to sit here and tell you, yeah, I'm innocent. I have had some girls. I've never been like a faithful guy. My weakness is women.
So he has definitely been swinging at the swingers resort.
Awesome!
We met Aryanna and Sherlon in season 1 of Love in Paradise. They met when Aryanna was vacationing in Jamaica and Sherlon was working on a tour boat. But that wasn't his only job. We can't forget that he also works at a swingers resort.
You're not supposed to interact with the guests at all, but you know.
How many times have you broken the rule?
More times than you can count, my friend.
By the way, this is his interview in season 1, and he's bragging about hooking up with guests when he's on a show about love. Aryanna and Sherlon spend the last 2 days of her vacation together.
Here in Jamaica, tourists comes and tourists go, but like, I never dreamed that I would be tied to one forever.
Yep, tied forever. A month after returning to the US, Aryanna found out that she was pregnant. I will link the playlist of videos I have of their first season. In season 1, they tried to figure out how to get Sherlon to the US, but decided not to go with a K-1 visa. And they ran out of time to get a tourist visa when Aryanna went into labor early. Their son Odin was born with some complications, but is now a happy and healthy 10-month-old. And now in season 2, Aryanna is taking Odin to Jamaica to meet Sherlon for the very first time. Sherlon is excited to see Odin.
Are you even excited to see me? Right, that's what you laugh every time I ask you, because you're not.
After not seeing each other for a year, their romance has become non-existent.
Sometimes I just want you to, like, say a little more of, like, positive things to me.
And Sherlon is easily annoyed of Aryanna.
I'm not sure if I am committed to be in this relationship with her. I know it's selfish, but that's just me.
Aryanna has some hope that they can work on their relationship, but Sherlon is not on the same page. They say they are going to try to figure out their relationship on their trip, but Aryanna has concerns that she expresses to her friends. Well, I think these are her friends. I never really trust these set-up lunches.
He had one job, and it was, when Odin was born, to go get the paternity papers, fill them out with a witness, and mail them to us. His one job.
Sherlon not turning this paper in means that he's not even on the birth certificate, which I mean is a red flag. But that's not the only concern she has. Remember, Sherlon still works at a swingers resort.
That's where I work at night. Crazy stuff goes on there.
And he wasn't shy about bragging about it. So can they really turn their vacation fling into a real relationship? Or will they need to find a way to co-parent thousands of miles away from each other? Aryanna and Odin have landed in Jamaica, and Sherlon is picking them up. Sherlon finally gets to meet his son for the very first time.
This is the best day of my life. For me, it's all about Odin.
That seems pretty obvious when he didn't greet Aryanna with any affection. But she is just glad that they are finally all together and that she can get a break.
I feel like I can only ever count on myself. Having you around makes it a little easier now to, like, step away and know that there's somebody that I can 99.9% trust.
Has she completely forgotten that her mom came out of retirement to help her? Her mom fully supports her, so she has not been doing this alone at all. They arrive to Sherlon's house and he gets to change his very first diaper.
This part going the back.
Seeing how sweet Sherlon is with Odin makes me remember why I fell in love with him.
Aryanna is feeling more hopeful that they have a chance to be a family, but Sherlon has been hiding something that he thinks will ruin that chance.
I'm worried if I'm 100% honest about what I've been doing this past 10 months while she's taking care of Odin, that she'll take him away from me forever.
Uh-oh.
Mike the House Elf wants to remind you to subscribe to this channel.
Has given Dobby a shock.
Come on.
Dobby is free.
If you don't, he will appear in your room tonight to tell you he loves you.
Come on. Waking up next to Aryanna and my son is like a dream come true.
Sherlon is finally getting a chance to be a dad and likes it so much that he finally gives Aryanna the paternity papers.
If they were filled out, why wouldn't you have just sent them?
Do you see a FedEx anywhere here?
So in 10 months, he couldn't figure that out.
I take blame.
Well, yeah, there's nobody else to blame.
And I'm sorry.
Okay.
All right?
But Aryanna is happy that he finally gave them to her. Sherlon is trying to be there for his son, but when they meet up with his friend, Sherlon shares why he's not trying with Aryanna.
This boy was meant to be on earth, bruh.
Yes.
All I have to do is cherish him.
And cherish mom.
Yeah, right. He doesn't get that part of it.
James is a big fan of Ariana's and asks what's going on with their tourist visa.
The last time I was in Jamaica, Sherlon agreed to get a tourist visa so we could spend chunks of time together in the US and work on building our relationship.
Ariana's goal was to see if it would lead to a K1 visa, but Sherlon is having second thoughts.
I don't feel that I want to go live in the States right now, bro.
Sherlon keeps saying that he wants to work on their relationship, but now says he doesn't want to come to the US on a tourist visa.
I would be so dishonest if I would come and tell her, I'm still in love with you, I love you. Go to the US, me and her are gonna fight.
He has also said that he's worried about Ariana not letting him see his son as much as he wants if their relationship doesn't work out. But if he doesn't at least visit the US to see his son, he's giving Ariana all of the power. He's worried about Odin suffering from him and Ariana not getting along. But how can they work on anything if they aren't even in the same country?
It feels like a no-win situation.
Ariana already seems defeated, and Sherlon's friend James is rooting for them to work this out.
Her heart is yours. Don't break it into.
But Sherlon still has something to tell Ariana, and it's about to completely change their relationship.
It's time to start asking Sherlon some questions that I have been too afraid to ask.
She gets right to the big question and asks Sherlon if he's been seeing other people while they've been apart.
I'm not gonna sit here and tell you, yeah, I'm innocent. I have had some girls.
Ariana is upset, but my question is, did they even say that they were even exclusive before? I don't remember them saying that they were even together when she left, but at the same time, I can see why she is upset. She wants us to work for her son, and his excuse is dumb.
If a female comes on to a heterosexual man, right? He could have the prettiest wife at home. She says, come. What do you think he's gonna do?
So he has definitely been swinging at the swingers resort.
I've never been like a faithful guy. Men have weaknesses and urges. My weakness is women.
Yeah, it sounds like this happens often.
If you're gonna be seeing, other women when I leave, then, gonna be different.
You need to explain to me what you mean by gonna be different, though.
I think that Ariana was willing to visit Sherlon in Jamaica if he was willing to use the tourist visa.
If you're, kind of be absent with finances and raising him and then also seeing other people, what do you expect me to do when I go back?
She asked why she would want to put him on the birth certificate, which is a low blow, but she has said that he doesn't help in any way and is in a whole different country. And I think that she held on to this idea that they were going to at least try to get him to the US.
I'm worried if I can't make things work with Ariana, I am not going to be able to be in my son's life as much as I want.
If he doesn't get the tourist visa, he has to rely 100% on her to visit him with Odin. And so I'm not sure what he expects to happen. And Ariana has just realized that their relationship is not what she thought it was.
You should have told me, look, I don't know, if I want to come be with you in the U.S. because I would have looked at other options. I wouldn't have trusted you as much to have unprotected sex with you.
This is a huge mess, and I'm sorry, but if we can learn anything from this, it's to use protection when you have a vacation fling. I don't even understand how people don't do that, but yeah, protect yourself, people.
You, misled me.
I'm sorry, all right?
Can these two really work this out for their son? Or is this relationship over?
We have to be able to tell him that, we really tried to make it work with us. We at least owe him that.
In the next episode, it looks like the drama of Sherlon's hookups continues.
I haven't seen you in a year, a whole year.
I came down here thinking, yes, this was a relationship that needed work, but I didn't think it was, an open relationship.
Yikes. We will have to see how this season plays out. Anyways, thanks for watching. Bye!